So, you're in Guernsey, you sold your property and you brought your new home. Great news. You have your exchange date, but how do you actually move home and comply with court? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how that process works. Hello everyone, it's Ant here from Relocations TV, and today I have a real life example of how house moves are scheduled around Guernsey court dates. Let's jump straight into how this works. Guernseyproperty is bought and sold on Tuesdays and Thursdays throughout the year. This is when the final paperwork is signed and keys are exchanged. The new owners then have access to their new properties at 10 AM. Now, if you're selling a property on the same day, that property also has to be vacant and cleaned by 10 AM. Guernsey house moves have to be scheduled around the court dates, whether that's a Tuesday or a Thursday. So if you had any thoughts of moving on the same day as your exchange rate, I'm sure now you're watching this video you can see that just is not possible. I hope the video is making sense so far. I'm sure you understand that although we can use Tuesdays and Thursdays as a pivot point, everyone's circumstances are different, which leads me into saying that every move is unique. Let's get into a real life example so you can see how this move is perhaps different from your move. Now in reality this is a 2-day move, but because of the Guernsey court dates it turns into a 4-day move. 2 days to collect and 2 days to deliver. Now the reason it takes 2 days to collect is because we're not only collecting. Because we're using small vehicles to comply with the Guernsey road laws, we have to not only collect but also unload into our store so we can reuse our vehicle to load up again. This is the equivalent of collecting and delivering to the new house, but like we've already established, we don't have access until after 10 AM of the day of court, so we have nowhere to put our full vehicle other than our store. So that is the reason why it takes 2 days to collect and 2 days to deliver. As you can see, we use carpet runners to reduce the risk of soiling or dampening your floors. But just to be clear here, we don't carry rolls and rolls to protect every inch of carpet you have. The amount we have covers the entrance halls, as we've always found this sufficient in the past. If you feel your carpets must be completely covered, we suggest buying some floor covering from B&Q and have the carpets covered before our movers arrive. Please note that our movers cannot remove their shoes due to insurance reasons, and I'm sure you appreciate that carrying large items of furniture can be dangerous enough, let alone with no shoes on. Back to the subject, the court day for this move is a Thursday, so we made a start on Tuesday by collecting the non-essential items such as books, ornaments, spare beds, pictures, shed items and things you're not using on a daily basis. Tuesday is the most important day to set the pace of the move. It also gives us a chance to tackle any time-consuming dismantling and troubleshoot anything out of the ordinary. In this clip, the guys are clearing the top floor to eliminate the use of an awkward stairwell and to get some closure on one room of the house. Moving home is known for being an upheaval, and in a sense it is. You simply can't get away from the fact that it is an upheaval. But we try and move the non-essential first because our goal is to move you with as minimal disruption as possible. We don't want you to lose contact with your day-to-day living things for too long. On to day 2 now, and this is the final day of collection. This is when we take all the essential items like this desk that was being used the day before. We also dismantle the beds and clear the property ready for cleaning. On this move, the cleaners are starting at 2 PM, so we've cleared as many rooms as possible so we're not holding them up and we can continue working around each other. This is the day before court and our customer is sleeping out for the night. That way, our customer can just get up in the morning, go to court, get the keys and meet us at the new property. Okay, so now we've cleared the house and completed the collection. The property is ready to be handed to the new owners in court, and the new owners can start moving in at 10 AM, just like you can move into your new home at 10 AM too. everyone's happy. And here is the perfect time to address the myth that moving services are expensive. When you consider the price of your removal to the other costs associated with moving home, it becomes clear as day that moving services are not expensive. And when you compare the number and the amount of resources needed compared with the other services related to moving home, you soon realise that moving services are packed full of value. If you remember earlier, I said this is usually a 2-day move, but because of the court date, this is now a 4-day move. What I'm going to show you will explain what I mean by that phrase. Now, what people think when they're moving home is that they're moving from house to house. They're moving from their old house into their new house. The moving company is going to come along, they're going to load their van, and they're going to take it from my old house to my new house. And it's a 2-step process. And because they're in Guernsey, they may load up here, unload into the new house, and then go back, excuse my drawing, get some more, and then go back and unload. Now that is exactly what would happen if there was no court date involved. We'd just pick it up, take it to the new house, job done. But when you're buying and selling property on the same day, we have the 10 AM restriction on court date. So we can't just collect from the old house and deliver straight to the new house. We have another step. This is no longer a 2-step process, it's now a 3-step, because what we have to do is collect from the old house, unload into our store, and then go back and keep collecting. Like we've already said, we're in Guernsey, we can't just load one vehicle up and a whole house goes on the one vehicle, because it's Guernsey, we've got to use small vehicles, so we're doing multiple trips to the store, which would be the equivalent of just collecting and delivering to here, but we can't do that. So we spend 2 days delivering to the store, going back and forth. And then once we get past the 10 AM time and court date, then we can go from our store into the new house. Like I say, this is now a 3-step process, so 1, 2, 3. I hope that makes sense. It's the court date and the restriction of getting into the new house and being out the whole old house. That's what dictates this system, and this is the only way to move when you're exchanging property on the same day. And as you can see, moving from your old house to storage is the equivalent of moving from your old house directly to your new house. Just in step 1 and 2, that's 1 removal. And then 2 and 3, that's 2 removals. So some people believe that moving services are expensive. Like I say, they're not, they're packed full of value, but if you are exchanging on the same day, you are actually paying for 2 removals instead of 1. If you had a figure in your head and the moving company has quoted you double, you're probably about right, because you come up with a price based on being moved from here to here. What you just need to think about is that you're actually paying for 2 removals. If you're exchanging property on the same day, your removal is 100% more than what it would be if you were just moving directly from your old house to your new house with no court date involved. In order to save 50% on your removal costs, it's really quite simple. All you've got to do is buy your new house in advance of selling your old house. Then you're selling your old house on a later court date than your new house. That way there's an overlap, and that way we can just move from your old house straight to your new house without this restriction. But you know, how many people can do that? How many people can buy their new house without freeing up the funds from their old house? So saving 50% of your moving costs, I didn't say it was easy, I just said it was simple. Day 3. We're into the new property after 10 AM. What we'll ask from you here is a brief tour of the house so we can get acquainted with the rooms. We can get to know what your vision is for your large items like sofas, beds, sideboards if it isn't obvious. That way we can stack the boxes accordingly. We'll be pretty much self-sufficient and we will rebuild your bed so you can sleep in your new home. Day 4 is the final day of this move. We're just going to deliver the non-essential items, fine-tune anything inside the house that wasn't completed on day 3, and that's the move completed. So that's all from me. I hope this video brings you some value. If you are moving home soon, I wish you all the best. And if you're feeling overwhelmed or uncertain by the whole thing, please contact us for some reassurance. We'll give you free moving advice. You can leave a comment on this video. You can send us a direct message on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok. You could send us a message to WhatsApp to the number 07781 139 080. You can contact us by email, website, telephone. All ways of getting hold of us will be in the description below. Thanks for watching. It's Relocations TV. I'll see you in the next video.